What's going on, guys? Zennosh here, and today let's discuss about the forest Aria eternal sword, let's say even the freezing lady with the new effect called freeze. Okay, so she is pretty amazing, guys. So let's start the discussion. She is a forest type, or let's say forest element, and melee DPS class 7. Okay, her attack, defense and speed are like pretty much the same as that of a normal DPS class servant. Okay, let's look into the stat of the John Wick. It's just a copy paste, guys, just a copy paste. Alright, so let's start the discussion with the fast skill freezing attack. Okay, 70% chance, no need to worry about that one, guys. It will be 100% as long as you skill her up to the max level. No need to worry about that one. Decrease the enemy defense for 30 seconds by level 5. That is amazing, guys. At level 5 you will be actually ignoring about 70% of the defense of the opponent. Okay, deals 1188% damage upon the skill use, and damage is based on attack. Okay, so that's pretty good. And now let's move on to the second skill, known as the Frostmourne. Okay, increases the caster attack for 60 seconds by level 5. Amazing, guys, amazing. Okay, well, her first skill and the second skill will really combo well in order to give her a maximum damage output at the end of the session, because she's obviously a melee DPS type of servant. Okay, 70% chance to freeze the enemy except the dungeon bosses for 6 seconds. Wow, now freezing effect is something really unique, and also an extra effect that is applied to her second skill, which really doesn't happen in any other like DPS class servants. So this is actually making her so superior than compared to any other DPS class servant. Okay, she has a little bit of utility on her skills, so that is amazing, guys. Now she is actually becoming a little bit interesting. Now what freeze actually does is that, like, freeze is sort of like a stun. It actually freezes your opponents, and also at the same time his skill gaze cooldown as well. Okay, so that is pretty amazing. And the next thing is that, like, what's really gonna happen is that, like, while the freeze is on effect, she is gonna ignore 40% of the defense of the opponent, guys. 40% defense of the opponent, which is stackable with her main defense down. Okay, the main defense down ignores about like 70% of the like armor, or let's say the defense of the opponent, and this one 40%, but while you stack them up it only ignores up to like 80%. Okay, so now that is the rooftop, that is the maximum limit. Okay, but 80% of defense reduction, wow, that is good. Okay, that's really amazing, I'm really loving it. Deals 1512% damage upon skill use, damage based on attack. Okay, now let's move on to the combo skill. It is fairly simple. Deals 8360% damage upon the skill use, damage based on attack, same as the normal DPS class servant. Alright, and it's only one hit multi-hit. Okay, so we are actually looking out for future avatars which are gonna provide us with the better multi-hits. Alright, and now let's move on to the passive skill. Becomes immune to the skill gauge reduction, unlike her water version, which actually becomes immune to the attack reduction. Now she is immune to the skill gauge reduction, which is a little bit like conditional. Okay, I think it's a little bit inferior to her water type, but anyways, let's welcome it up. And crash freeze that ignores resist for 4 seconds upon combo skill use. Okay, that's pretty amazing, guys. I mean, like, it ignores the resist, meaning like it's a 100% thing, 100% assured that the freeze is gonna land, and for the 4 seconds, right? And within that 4 seconds, what's really gonna happen is that also upon using a combo skill on the frozen enemy, its defense is reduced by 40% for the duration of the combo skill. Now I'm wondering that, like, it only refers to her combo skill or the combo skill of any other DPS class servant as well. So I'm not really sure about that one, but I think it actually affects everyone. Okay, so that's gonna be really amazing, guys. 40% of defense reduction is pretty amazing as well. Like, one way or the another, she's actually gonna really mash out a lot of damage output. Okay, so that's pretty good. Activated upon the 4th awakening. So if you actually activate her 4th awakening, what's really gonna happen is that, like, if ally Lenore is present, attack increases 100%. Well, water Lenore, well, she can team up with water Lenore as well. She's pretty good, she's pretty amazing DPS class hero, and a servant, I mean. And you can also tank her up with forest Lenore. Okay, she's pretty amazing tank as well. Or you can go with the final fire Lenore as well. I mean, she's okay type of DPS class servant. Okay, so pretty good, pretty good. In usual case, I would actually pair her up with the forest first laner. Okay, so that's good. But if you don't have any laner on your team, okay, you can actually just put one tank, and instead of just 100%, he's gonna receive 70% of attack boost, 30% of compromise. But anyways, you know, at least you are getting attack boost, right? But if you don't even have a laner and a tank, what's really gonna happen? You are not gonna receive any sort of that boost. Okay, so keep that in mind. Well, that's pretty much simple, isn't it? Team passive, just like a water version, attack of all element allies increases by 35% at all regions. Okay, so that's pretty okay. Well, looking at her passive skills, she's a little bit inferior, not really by that miles, okay, just a little bit inferior to that of her water version type, which I think is better, because like she is actually, the water type is immune to the attack reduction, okay, but she right now over here is immune to the skill gauge reduction, which is not really that, you know, like frequently happening or something meta or whatever that is. Okay, so that's the thing. But anyways, looking at every other things right over here, like she's pretty amazing, guys. I mean, like if I would be giving like 9/10 for my water Aria, I would be giving like 8.5 for this forest Aria. Alright, so that's how it really goes on. She's pretty amazing, guys, not only for the PvE contents but also for the PvP content. Okay, just because of these things going on right over here. And now let's move on to what sort of gears should be providing to this amazing unit. Okay, first thing first, guys, you should be really focusing on this attack and this critical damage. Okay, attack and critical damage, and also the critical rate. Obviously, if you have critical rate about like 75% to 80%, that is enough, guys. That's gonna be really good enough. Okay, but try to make it more, as much as possible, and that's gonna really help you a lot. Okay, so that's how it is. Now let's move on to the gear. First thing first, I would really recommend you guys to have the HAVOC gear. Okay, HAVOC gear is really good. Okay, it really provides you with a total of 126% critical damage output. That is insane, guys. That is insane. Alright, so HAVOC plus Blade, HAVOC plus HAVOC, or Beast. Okay, Beast plus HAVOC. Okay, just try to mash it up, guys. HAVOC Beast, HAVOC Blade, Beast Blade, or you can also go with the Eruption as well, depending upon the situation. If your Eruption gear really have a lot of good and amazing substats or additional stats, you know, like that's gonna be really great, isn't it? So first thing, you know, like for the weapon and the shirt and the pants, guys, primary stats, okay, this first they are like flat stats, no need to worry about that one. But when you are talking about the additional stats, or let's say the 4 substats that is below the primary stat, you have to focus on the speed stats, okay, attack percentage stat, and this critical rate percentage stat and critical damage percentage stat, guys. If you have all these 4 substats, your gear is gonna be known as a perfect gear. Alright, so keep that in mind, guys, keep that in mind. And next thing is, when you come to have gloves and the necklace, guys, speed stat boost is the primary stat. Okay, please try to follow that one. Speed stat boost should be the primary stat, but in the gloves you can actually go with the attack percentage boost as well if you want to focus on the damage output, regardless of how slow your unit is gonna be. Okay, but in PvP content this can actually be a bit problematic, okay, because like speed stat is very important. Okay, especially if you are trying to have a farmer unit, okay, a farmer DPS class 7, and you want to farm really fast, very fast, then speed stat boost is gonna be pretty amazing. But I would like to see more damage output, so I have really given this, you know, attack percentage boost. And when it comes to the helmet and the ring, okay, they're pretty much the same. What I would say is that, like, please try to go with critical rate boost or critical damage boost, or you can actually go with attack percentage boost as well. It's really up to you, guys. It's really up to you. You have to really see what is the fine line between the critical damage and the attack percentage. Okay, critical damage actually rooftops, or let's say it actually hits the peak about like 400% of critical damage boost. Okay, so after that one you really have to focus on the attack percentage boost if you really want to have a higher CP on your servant. Okay, So that's how it is. It's a little bit of like very complex math. Okay, whatever it is, it's gonna be really fine. And finally, when it comes to the shoes, no questions asked. Attack percentage boost. Okay, attack percentage boost is really gonna be really fine, guys. So this is what I am really gonna offer to you, or let's say recommend to you guys. Okay, please try to build it on this way, and you are gonna end up with a very good or high CP, okay, and at the same time you will have a very good sort of like damage output stats, okay, which is gonna be amazing, guys. So please try to have that one in your like gear sets. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.